Center right here in Tallahassee, so we'd love to welcome you here to this great capital city. We first recognize some of our elected officials that we have with us here today. Representative Kreisman's with us. Representative Packard is with us. Representative Berman is with us. And speaking with us today, Senator Nan Rich. Representative Bullard. Representative who almost doesn't need an introduction in this group, Representative Scott Randolph. While unwilling to speak the word uterus, has launched an extensive and extreme assault on women's health and rights, including our uteruses. This is a wholesale attack on women. We have a group of people who find it too embarrassing to say the word uterus and too controversial to raise awareness about birth control. But they have no problem forcing women to have ultrasounds of their uterus or making it harder for them to access birth control. There are 18 bills attacking women's reproductive health and rights, including an attempt to weaken women's privacy rights in our state constitution. These bills are the most extreme in the nation, many lacking exemptions for women who are facing threats to their own health or coping with fetal impairment or rape or incest victims. While Tea Party candidates are swept into office by promising to create jobs and balance the budget, instead they are dismantling women's rights and attacking women's health. Legislators should be tackling the budget, not attacking women. We are here today joined by supporters, legislators, and our allies to tell the Florida legislature and our governor that enough is enough. Fix our economy and leave our uteruses alone. Representative Scott Randolph, let me first introduce you the woman who started the whole uterus phenomenon, his wife Susanna Randolph. But let me introduce to you Scott Randolph, Representative.
Thank you all for making a trip up to Tallahassee, and so welcome Uterati. So happy to see all of you. Let's just start. Let's be clear. Uterus is not a dirty word, and birth control should not be a controversial topic. What's happened here in the last couple of weeks is exposing the far-right radical agenda against women. This isn't just a debate about choice. It's a debate about women's role in society and respect for women in general. You know, the Republicans want to talk about and have an ideology of convenience. They talk about wanting to protect the doctor-patient relationship, but apparently not when it comes to women.
Right.
They want to talk about deregulating, but apparently not when it comes to women's health care.
Right.
They want to talk about small government, but apparently not when it comes to women.
Right.
They want to talk about creating jobs, but apparently not fair-paying jobs and equal pay when it comes to women. The radical agenda that we are seeing out of this legislature with its 18 anti-choice bills that are making their way through these chambers show how out of touch that these Tallahassee buildings are with the rest of the state of Florida. So I want to say thank you for coming up here and making your voices heard. Keep making them heard up here and keep making them heard back where it matters, back in their districts.
Right.
Thank you, Representative. And now I'd like to introduce an important ally to women's reproductive health and justice, Sarah Hutchinson from Catholics for a Free Choice.
Out against these many bills that are being debated which will restrict, curtail, or ban access to comprehensive reproductive health care. Catholics in Florida and across the United States support affordable access to comprehensive reproductive health care. Many of the bills being currently debated on these issues will create unreasonable reproductive health care for millions of Florida women and increase the health care costs for many who want to retain their coverage for abortion in their insurance plans, paid for with their own money. Our Catholic social tradition encourages us to advocate for the poor, and our intellectual tradition requires our respect for conscience-based decisions people make about their lives, including decisions on reproductive health. Catholics for Choice is here to make sure that Florida policymakers know that Catholics do not support restrictions like these being proposed, targeted restrictions on abortion providers, mandatory medical procedures, abortion bans based on junk science, and bans to coverage. Do not respect women's moral agency to make their own decisions regarding their health care and how best to care for their own families. If these restrictions are allowed to pass, too many people of limited economic means in these trying times will be left without basic preventive health care, family planning information, and the comprehensive health care that they've decided with their own consciences that they need. We ask that Florida lawmakers listen to the majority of Catholics and indeed all Floridians who need access to these important health care services. Catholics for Choice is here in Tallahassee today to make sure that the bishops' voices are not the only Catholic voices